Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who are new to my channel, child, let me introduce you to the Jungle Beauty Goddesses, the life-size fabric sculpture dolls you see sitting behind me. I created these dolls myself, and as I was sewing them, they would not stop talking to me. And this led to my Jungle Beauty Goddess book series, which is a juicy, sensuous story about human evolution, my Jungle Beauty Goddess Oracle deck, ancestor money, and spell rings. In today's video, guys, I want to talk to you about how to release and let go of the past. I know a lot of times people, give readings and people say, just let it go. Why can't you let it go? Why can't you forget about the last 10 years of your life, the last 20 years of your life, the last 30 years of your life? I just think that, why are you talking about this person or this loss in your life or this job, whatever it is? But I'm going to give you some practical things to do to help you release and let go of the past. The first thing I want you to know is that there is something very tender and precious, and I don't want to use the word sweet because I don't know if sweet is the right word, but definitely tender and precious about when you're in a state of heartbreak. It is. You're in an emotional state that means that there was something of value, something important, something precious, something meaningful, something rich, something juicy, something that matters to you deeply, that you have had this wonderful experience. And some people, if they have never really loved anyone, or if they never really had a job that they love, if they've never had anything that really mattered to them, this is an emotional state of being that they would never experience. So when you're in this state, just know that you are in a place that is rich with life lessons, rich with knowledge, rich with information that only a person who is in that state of being will be able to understand, or be able to, a wisdom. There's a wisdom in that area that this heartbreak, this sadness is allowing you to see the world in a whole new way. That when you are, when you are happy and everything is going your way, who's thinking about, how to help somebody else, go through something difficult, or how to change their life. When you're happy, you're having a good time, and that's a good state too. But I think what people don't always understand is that human beings, in my opinion, are meant to experience a full range of emotions. We are meant to be angry and sad and disappointed and happy and joyful. We're meant to feel all of those things. And I want to go ahead and jump into some of the things you can do to release the past and why. So the first thing, there are two ways that you can go about releasing and letting go of the past. One way is to work on yourself from the inside out. Now, when you work on yourself from the inside out, go to counseling. This is like going to counseling, a therapist, talk to somebody objective. I have found you don't want to talk to family members, child, because family members, they are going to give you very subjective information. They may not like that person, or they may feel like you were wrong, or you don't really need to hear that when you're going through something. You need to talk to a neutral party, someone who doesn't know anybody, somebody who's going to help you sort through your feelings, your emotions, help you, give you insight into your experience. And usually 99.9% of the time, it's going to be someone who is not involved. Because when you talk to family and friends, they're going to say, you still talking about that person? You still miss that person? Your heart is still broken? Whatever. So talk to somebody neutral, and that's working on yourself from the inside out. The next thing you want to do in terms of releasing and letting go of the past, because that was very mundane, is you want to, guys, I'm going to tell you something. If it was a love relationship, if you can afford it, you really need to get rid of your bed. You need to get a new mattress. I'm telling you that, because the mattress holds energy. It holds, from the previous relationship, the pain or whatever. get a new mattress. You want to change your house around. Let me just say this. There is no way you're going to be a new person if you're doing the same things, seeing the same people, wearing the same clothes, in the same environment, eating the same foods, going to the same restaurants. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because in order for you to get over something, you have to first you have to emotionally process what happened. I'll talk a little bit about that because I'm a little all over the place because I don't want to forget things. But the thing if you're working from the outside in, and I would say do them both, is start rearranging your apartment, your home. Change as many things about your environment that you can, because this is going to help you let go of the past, because you're not living in the past. All of the physical things in your home, the clothes you wear, they all hold energy, and they all hold a certain reality that keeps you mentally and psychologically stuck. So when you if you're looking at the same carpet, if you're looking at the same couch, if you can't buy a new couch and if you can't buy a new mattress, make sure you strip it down and put a new pad or covering over it. If you might want to, and this is where all the spiritual stuff come in, you might want to get buy some uncrossing spray from R to the Root, or there are a lot of rituals you can do in some of the angelic books that I have mentioned on my channel that would help you clear the space. There's incense you can burn. Sage, if you're going to sage, and especially if you've gone through a serious breakup, you want to sage like at least every day, and then you want to add some positive energy. So you might want to add like maybe I have my favorite incense. It's called I think it's called Nectar of the Gods or Nectar for the Gods, but it adds like a positive energy to my home. So when you cleanse it, but then you want to make sure you add something that you like, But so basically, when you're working on releasing the past, it is essential, it is crucial, it is absolutely necessary that you change your environment. Even if you change the tablecloth on your table, even if you just change the covering, even if you just burn some sheets. Now, in addition to changing your home, like maybe the decor, like putting up new pictures, because remember, all of the things in your home are holding energy. It's holding energy and it's holding memories. And how can you get over something when you're seeing the same setting every day, right? That's going to make it very difficult for you to get over it. So you want to make sure that you change as much as you can in your home. Change the curtains. Sometimes you may not have the money to get new furniture, but you may have the money to paint or to buy new decor. Another thing, in addition to the bed, like the bed, another thing, I'm kind of getting confused because I'm getting ahead of myself. You can do, if you can't buy everything, and I know, and some people can, but if you can't buy everything, change your couch, change your living room furniture, and change your bed. If you could get a new bed, a new mattress, and new living room furniture, that carries a lot of energy. If you can, like, throw away some of the rugs, if you have rugs or carpeting, but you don't have to change everything. But when you're trying to release the past, release an ex, trying to get over, something emotional, is really important for you to change your environment. Or if you can, afford to move. But you may not want to leave your home or leave your neighborhood or leave your wherever you are. But there are things you can do to bring in new energy. Now, the other thing you want to do to release, get over the past, get over an ex, is you want to change your wardrobe, darling. Yes. What people don't always think about is, do you ever think about why you have like pajamas or a gown? Because really, do you really need pajamas or a gown? You really don't. It's not a necessity. But what happens is when you wear your night clothes, you get in the mindset of going to bed. It means I'm not going to go out. I don't want to be bothered. I don't, I'm to myself. I am about to relax. It puts you in a mindset of getting ready to go to sleep, right? But you could have easily have done that in anything. You didn't need pajamas for that. When you wear your certain dresses, or clothes for the club, what are you in the mindset of? That's your get 'em dress. That's your I'm full of myself. I'm looking hot. I want to dance. I want to have a good time, right? You have your uniforms or your clothes for your job. When you put on certain clothes, all of our clothes, all of our outfits, they're just costumes, guys. They're costumes that represent our mood. So when you are going through a breakup, or you're just trying to get over something, that favorite dress or outfit when you were with that person that you wore, get rid of it. Give it to the Salvation Army. Don't wear it anymore. I'm telling you, get rid of it. Get rid of things that remind you of pain or that remind you of the past. Now, so you're changing your environment. You're changing your clothes. Oh, again, changing your hair. This is why a lot of people cut their hair. I just recently cut my hair. I love my hair. I love wigs because I feel like wigs are really fun. It's like, I just feel like it's just fun. But I love my hair. It is like curly and short and oh my God. So usually when I'm not on camera, I wear my natural hair, and I remember my daughter and I were out half of the day. I have my natural hair, and then later I'll put my wig on, or maybe I'll take it off. I just love it. But anyway, yes, because I went through something. Cutting your hair, changing your look, changing your makeup. Again, about changing your clothes. I recently purchased an outfit where the belly is out, and my kids and my mom were just disgusted with me. They said, "You are almost 60 years old. What kind of person are you? You are showing no respect for your grandbabies. You're not showing any respect for, anybody who's 60 years old. You need to dress a certain way. How would you want to go out in something with your belly out?" It's really something. It's not risque, but even if it was, that's too bad. But it's just a little bit of belly, and I just think it's so cute. But I bought some other dresses with the belly out. I'm changing my life. I'm stepping into the world. I don't care if I'm almost 60. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? So guys, changing your environment, changing your clothes, changing your hair, changing your makeup, changing your perfume. These are all physical things you can do that will help you release the past. But then the other thing, when I say release, listen, you don't want to release the past. And I should have said this first because I'm not looking at my notes. The first thing you want to do is you really want to have a good cry. You need your moment of sadness. And give yourself a time limit, because I don't know what you're going through, but I know that when I'm going through something, I usually have a rule. And my rule is, okay, Cassandra, you can cry your little heart out, but when we put on the lashes and the eyeliner, that's a wrap for the day. There will be no crying in the eyelashes and the liner. You cry in the shower, get your last little bit out, but when I put this eyeliner on, that's it, okay? And if you want to cry again, you got to wait till tonight when we take it off, but no crying in eyeliner and eyelashes. So, but you need a place for your tears. So the way I like to think of emotions is that, just like fire is, fire can destroy a village. It can cook your food. It's an element that we need, but it has to be controlled, right? We don't want to because it can destroy a lot of things. Water is the same thing. You can drink it, but it can drown you. Emotions is the same thing. If you don't feel, you won't enjoy anything. So it's kind of like, if you don't allow yourself to really cry and feel the pain and feel the hurt, then you won't be able to enjoy life either. You need that same open heart, that same tenderness, that same naivete, that same sweetness, to be able to love again, to be able to trust again. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to give yourself some time to really cry. And this is what a good therapist is. A therapist, counselor. I've had a counselor, I would just go and I would spend my whole session just crying on the couch. And it was like, okay, what time is it up? Because I couldn't talk, you know what I mean? So give yourself time to grieve. Now, once you get the pain and the hurt out, the next is when you want to start assessing the lessons. You want to start looking at what you've learned. How are you different? How you're a better person because you experienced it. And one thing I have found is that, and I'm talking, from experience, I'm talking from recent experience, is that, once you have the pain out the way, start looking at what was really amazing. Like, maybe there are some things that you enjoyed about your job, like you had a favorite customer who always made you laugh, or you had an office that was near a tree and you could see the birds. You know what I'm saying? And then, or maybe you met someone and you broke up. You say you were in a relationship and you remember, like, oh my God, this person smelled good, or they really had nice kisses, or maybe they had a really nice personality, or I had, log it, say, this is my gift. This is my gift from that situation. And then you look at the things that you did not like, right? Now, what comes into my mind about the things you don't like, and I think the reason you're sad is because what people don't understand is that if you're sad because it wasn't all bad, if it was all bad, you wouldn't be that sad, and I remember once I had a dream. My dad came to me in a dream, and he was telling me that there was a boat that was beautiful, and it had perfect coloring, and it shellacked, and it was gorgeous, but the boat had a hole in it. And he said, Mama, a boat with a hole in it, you have to get out of it. No matter how beautiful it is, no matter how much you love it, and maybe it's a small hole, but a sinking boat is something you cannot, you'll drown. You cannot float or journey or go where you need to go or be at peace if there's a hole in your boat. So I'm saying that to say that even though there are a lot of things about the person or the job that you may have, really, really loved, but if there is something core that was missing, which is that hole, then you can't hold on to it. Like, maybe you can't hold on to a person who cheats, or a person who wants to see you, infrequently, or a person who do you know what I'm saying? A person, you have to get real with yourself. You have to say, yes, this is beautiful. It's like the same thing with, like, if if you're trying to take care of yourself, you don't want the whole cake. You might want a second piece of cake, but you don't eat it because it's not good for you. But I don't know if that was a good one, but a good analogy. But what I'm saying is, accept the good, but understand what was bad was not in alignment with how you view yourself and your self-worth. Now, maybe if there is something else going on, like there's other type of losses that has nothing to do with it, but I'm just talking about when people tell you to move on from past hurts or past pain or past relationships. They think it can happen overnight. It doesn't work like that. But I also feel like what people don't know is that you really need to take practical everyday steps in order to get over the past. So we've talked about the clothes, the cologne, the hair, going to therapy, music. Now, in my opinion, I don't care what anyone says. This is Cassandra's opinion. I don't think there's any magic on this planet, or maybe this galaxy, that is more potent and powerful than music. I don't. Music, it speaks to your subconscious. There have been songs that people have listened to that was banned because it encouraged people to decide to leave the planet. Okay, seriously. Music you listen to a song and you'll start to see those actions, those incidents happening in your life. Be careful of the music you listen to. So when you're going through a breakup, sometimes if that song reminds you of that person or that restaurant, no, you just want to disengage from that. And sometimes it's okay, like when you're going through the healing process, you might want to listen to a song that it inspires you. Now that song you listen to, like, find things that really inspire you. Another thing I want to say is that when you're going through the grieving process, when you're really just feeling those emotions, feeling that pain, if you're not a person who cries, find yourself a good movie. It gives you an excuse. I think that's the whole purpose of those movies, we all know that it's not real. There's cameras, there's an actor. But when we bawl, that's our soul needing release. Find you a sad movie, a nice song, just give first release. I would say before you start changing the furniture in the house and all of that and throwing away the bed and finding new clothes and getting new furniture, cry first. Release first. And then once you release, because as you start to make those physical changes in your environment, you're still going to cry some more. But the crying and the grieving and the sadness is very important. And you may need to, like I said, talk to a therapist or a counselor, a spiritual director, somebody who can just really help you through the emotions, help you make sense of everything that has just happened to you. Now, another thing I want to tell you that I think is really important, especially when you're trying to move on from the past, is make sure that you have something amazing to look forward to. Go on a trip, child. I'm telling you. Keep yourself busy. It's hard to live in the past when you are doing something you've never done before. And that's another thing. It is so important to do things you haven't done before. Every day, instead of going to your favorite restaurant, you say, I'll just take the usual. Give me a number 3. No, get a number 53. Okay? Like, do different things. Eat different foods. And you look on the internet and find like some recipe for a cookie you've always wanted and just bake that cookie, child. Bake that different cake. Make that pork chop not the way you always make the pork chops. Make it a different way. Do you know what I'm saying? If you have to, in order to release the past, I know people say it and they make it very vague and it's very abstract. Just forget about it. If people could do that, they would. No. You have to take active steps every day, eat different foods, make different things, pick up a new hobby, learn an instrument, make new friends, like talk to new people, travel to new places. You need to have something you're looking forward to. Go on a cruise, darling. Do something that you've never done before, because can you see the new person who's starting to evolve, the new person who's, not only did you learn the lessons from the past, not only did you look at what was good, you assess what was bad. And you're never going to be that same person. You're not going to look like that person. You're not going to smell like that person. You're not that person who went through that. You're a person who blossomed for that. So I would like to say, let your tears nurture and water your dreams. Let it water your journey. Let it heal your heart. Let it cleanse your heart. That's why you really need to cry first, change your environment, change your hair, your makeup, your clothes. Make sure that you have something to look forward to. Go on a trip. And what people don't understand, sometimes, what if you can't afford to go on a trip? But I bet you there are so many tours in the city where you live that you've probably never gone to, museums you haven't gone to, restaurants you've never tried. The restaurant that you go to every day, I bet you get the same old thing. Don't do it. Like, stop. Try new drinks. Make up new things. You know what I'm saying? This is how you're going to be able to release the past, get over the past. It is an active process. And the other thing I want to say now is, oh Jesus, there is a I use a lot of angelic magic. Now let me tell you about the angelic magic. It doesn't they don't just come and swoop down and you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I can't even believe that I'm over it. No, they're going to make you, you're going to process those emotions. You're going to see things in a different way. I think 90% of probably what I'm telling you is probably downloads of information that has come to me to help me heal. Again, because I've gone through something, because I was in this tender spot of, just healing. I'm able to hopefully be able to help somebody. But in the Greater Words of Power, in this book, which I haven't done a review on yet, there's an angelic ritual called How to I think it's, I don't know if I have it in focus, Overcome Lost Love. And it's amazing. But again, when you do the rituals, so basically, I think I've shown in other books, you look from the left to the right. You're just really scanning it. You're thinking about it. What's bothering you. You just really, just like I said, oh, I hate to say like I said, never have to remember everyone hasn't seen previous videos. But basically, guys, when you look at the sigil here, you're going to read it from the right to the left. But not read, because you don't have to read Hebrew. You're going to just let the words sink in. You're just literally scanning it, right? And you're just thinking about what's bothering you. You're just kind of letting your heart ache. Usually, my pages, I usually have 2 books, because one is like filled with tears. It's a mess. And then, you know, the other one is like, I can show you. But you just think about it, and you're just scanning it. You just scan. And then after you scan them, you pause for a moment, and you pull yourself together. And you imagine that everything is worked out. Or just think of another time you thought, you know, that little boy you probably loved in 3rd grade, you know what I'm saying? And you never thought you would get over him, but then, oh my God, you don't even think about him anymore. Or how it felt when something was over, or the sun came out, or a beautiful sky, or a beautiful day on the beach, or you know what I'm saying? Think about something wonderful and think of that emotion. And then after you're holding that emotion, you want to go down and you want to say the names here. You see how it is written in a way for you to sound it out. You say it after you have that emotion, and you briefly glance back at the sigil as you say each line, close it, and you're done. Now there's also, there are angels in this, Angels of Empowered Magic by Damon Brand with the Gallery of Magic. Angel Daniel. Woo! Releasing pain and sadness. So these are things you can do as well. And then also there's rhodonite, which is a gemstone, which I do not have on me right now, but there are gemstones. The thing I want to tell you is that it's not a walk. There's no, you have to process it. You have to do the work. You have to make a conscious effort to say, I'm going to cook something different. I'm going to eat something different. I'm going to go somewhere different. I'm going to watch different TV shows. I'm going to wear different clothes, different makeup. I'm going to learn my lesson. I'm going to look at what I loved about that person, about that job, about that situation. I'll make my list of these are the cons, because these are things I'm going to move on to the next thing I'm looking for. See, that's the gift. When you look for something, look for the gift too. But then you look for that hole in the boat, that thing that you just say, it's a beautiful boat, Jesus. But that boat is going to sink my self-worth. I need more. I deserve better. You see what I'm saying? And then before you know it, guys, give yourself a decent amount of time. And before you know it, you will have released the past. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darling, in the next video.